All right, we got the semifinals of the college football playoff this weekend, as well as the wild card weekend for the NFL. We're going to be giving our best picks for both, starting off with college. But first, we're also just going to go over our recap from the CFP last weekend, starting off with Jake. How'd you do?
Well, we went technically 0 and 2. I mean,
Absolutely 0 and 2.
I
Oh,
don't
and
know. It was still weather permitted. It was still out there. Indiana over did not hit, and neither did the Oregon and Texas Tech game.
that
Texas
one
Tech
wasn't
didn't
even
show up.
close.
They actually didn't even show up. So 0 and 2.
All right, and then Nick, how were your two picks?
Yeah, so I was 1-1. I had the under in that Indiana game. That barely hit. And I got destroyed with my Ohio State team total over 24 and a half. They did not show up. They scored 10 points, didn't do anything, saying sucked. Brutal. Brutal to watch on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, no, we got absolutely crushed in those games. I was also 0 and 2.
Oh my
And my
God.
games, and we're not even close. I mean, we're talking Texas Tech plus 2.5. They got shut out, and they say, you know what, we're gonna spend $5 million on the Cincinnati
Oh
quarterback
yeah,
because we need to change that. It was so bad.
you better be
And
good.
yeah, and then Georgia minus 6.5, losing outright. And I mean, Ole Miss, what a show that the Trinidad dude put on. That was crazy. Some of the throws he was making. This guy he came from D2, won a national championship in D2, and
You're trying to say?
just the he looked like the blue chip. Like, how does he not go Division 1 out of high school? Like, I'm watching some of the
No.
throws he's making, and it's like guys like him, and then last year obviously Cam Ward, like just
Well,
guys
he's
like
not
that.
that
How
tall.
do they slip through the
He doesn't look
cracks?
that tall, is he?
I'm sure he's 6 foot though. Like the height thing now with the way offenses are, if you can throw a ball like that, like what are
Yeah,
we? There's
good
so
point.
many. Yeah, so that was now watching him in the big moment. Don't know if I'll pick against him here on out. So with that being said, we can
No,
get
you won't.
into this week's picks. And Nick,
Hmm.
you can lead us off with the picks for this week.
So going away from our home state here in Florida, we're gonna go with Ole Miss plus 3.5 versus Miami. Ole Miss had one loss in the season. It was against Georgia. They avenged it last week. They beat them. It was at Georgia, their first game. They should have won that game, and then Georgia ended up actually covering, which was crazy. Um, but that was their only team that they lost to. They avenged it. They beat them. So I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them as an undefeated team now. I think Ole Miss is pretty good. I mean, they're here.
Yeah.
Um, Miami's the 10 seed. Is their Cinderella run over? I think so. Um, they can run the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to score the ball enough. I don't think they're going to be able to score on this Ole Miss team. I think Ole Miss is going to score a lot of points in this. I think it's like 27. Is there over under or something? I don't know. Um, and I also just don't think Miami's going to get a home national championship game. Like sometimes it's like you just looking at it, it's like, well, that just won't be allowed. They're not going to allow that. Um, so yeah, I mean, I just feel like taking the points here, even if Miami does win, I think it won't be more than 3.5 points. I mean, they only beat Texas A&M by 3 points, scored 10. I think Ole Miss will cover 3.5 at least, if not win outright.
Yeah, 3.5 is a good number to be at, especially if you like the team outright. It's not bad at all. No, I
I
like.
mean, you might like
Go
my
ahead.
pick later on. I might be backing even more so later on. You're talking about
Yeah, yeah. We only have two games
you
to
like
pick
him
from,
so
so it's
much
kind of tough
straight
to.
up.
No, it's
It's
true. I
kind of
mean,
tough.
it is tough, and that's a weird game. Like it really is because both
It is
teams
a
like
weird
weren't
game.
expected to be here, like to make it
No, they're
this
not really
far.
supposed to be there.
So
Exactly.
like they
Nobody
both
was
already
expecting
had
that.
they're both coming off the upset wins. Like both of them were like big
Correct.
dogs and came in. So it's usually see that with one, and then that team has a letdown the next weekend. The fact that
Now
they
the
both
thing,
made it through,
one thing I am worried about is Ole Miss. They I think have six coaches that are going to LSU.
I have
Four of
been
them,
trying to keep up
four
with
of
that.
them are not 4 of them are at LSU now. They're not
But
coaching in this game.
I'm assuming the
2
OC
of them
is
are
still.
the OC is still
Yeah.
there, and then I forget the other guy.
I heard
So
that
Charlie
DC
White is
was the
still
head
there.
coach.
DC's the head coach. I don't know who the other guy was.
Okay, as long as they can keep the
But
OC there with
the
them,
other
but
four,
that's still tough.
did leave, which is
Wow.
crazy.
It's an
Crazy.
insane story,
Well,
and
I
it's
mean,
just more
these
eye-opening
games.
how stupid
These games
college
are coming
is.
quick, though. I mean, they're coming quick. Like at this point,
I don't know.
what
Are
do you need?
they the ones
What do
who
you
were?
need? You need your OC, your DC. That's kind of it. Everything else
Yeah, but
can
you
kind
got
of
Yeah, but it's
be
still just a lot of routine getting
game planning.
disrupted.
I mean,
oh,
going over the
100%.
game plan with your like the OC is not going over the game plan with
Yeah.
And
every individual.
Miami ain't dealing with any of that. Indiana's not dealing with any of that. Oregon
Exactly.
isn't
It's
dealing with
still
any of
when you
that.
get
It's
to this
crazy. Yeah.
point, any disadvantage is something because
A
the teams are
big
all so
Like
time.
I don't
close.
know if it was position coaches. I don't know honestly
But
what it
even
was, but
position
4
coaches,
is pretty crazy.
imagine, yeah, like imagine it's like linebackers
Office
and like O
staffs,
line
like
coaches are gone,
Yeah.
and you have like an intern or like someone doing multiple positions. It's just gonna be, it is weird. It is definitely like a weird week of practice that they have to adjust for. So yeah,
this is just a
And
week.
the SEC
yeah,
really,
it could
really,
be 2 weeks.
really needs Ole Miss. So
Yeah,
they
it's
have
true.
looked terrible in the bowl season.
Yeah, they're just lucky that Oregon or Indiana didn't get on that side because this has been like a Big
I
Ten
know it would have
year.
been
This
it
is
would
the
Yeah,
have
they
easily
year.
were.
been both. Yeah,
Yeah,
they both would have been favored by 7.
yeah. No, I mean they look like the better teams.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So going over to that game, since we only got
Mhm.
2, I think this game's going to be awesome. I honestly don't really want to pick a side. Um, Preferably, like I don't. I know. I think one of you guys are, but both unders hit last week. It wasn't because of either of these teams. At least their offenses, their defenses had a lot to do with it. But I'm taking the over in this game, over 46.5. Indiana's offense is not Texas Tech's offense, even though Texas Tech's offense throughout the year was pretty good. Mendoza is just a dog. I think he's gonna see this team for the second time this year, and put it together and be able to score on them. And also, I think Oregon's gonna be able to score in Indiana. Um, it's a dome game, and last week I think Indiana playing in that Rose Bowl outdoor. It was a monsoon. The field wasn't the best. I think they're going to score plenty. I don't think scoring is going to be a problem. Great defenses, but I do think this week, I think both of these coaches are offensive minded. I think they're both going to score a lot of points here.
Yeah, I like that. And I honestly wouldn't be shocked if it is big shootout. I mean, they had 50 points the first time they played, and that was Moore had a couple picks, and it wasn't. I think Indiana's playing way better now than they were playing. Even though they
Oh,
were playing good all year, I think that they've continued to get better throughout. So yeah, I definitely like that game
no, they
being
100. Well,
competitive.
they just gotten more confidence as a team. Like as they kept
Oh
beating these
yeah,
teams, and then it's just like, oh, and you do beat Ohio State. Now, granted, they didn't like beat Ohio State by putting up a bunch of points, but they just beat them.
Yeah,
And doing that to Alabama last week.
that was crazy.
doing that to Alabama, I think is the biggest that that will set them for years to come. Now,
Yeah,
there's
doing
no
that
there's
to
no
a
ifs ands or
program
buts.
that's supposed to
Indiana,
have everything still. Like Saban isn't that far removed. Like there's still there should still be Saban's guys at that school. And to think
they're
that his guys would have lost like that to an Indiana team would have just
beating
never.
Bama by that much
Well, I mean,
really is going to
they're
set them
talking
up.
about they. I mean, I know they made the playoff and they won a game, Bama, but they were talking about DeBoer being
Oh,
gone.
gone.
Oh
So
yeah,
I don't know, like getting your ass kicked by Georgia in the SEC championship game and getting your ass kicked by Indiana. I know you had a win in between there, but it wasn't. I don't know. I'm curious to see how they handle it if they give them another year or not. I mean, they're pretty late
Yeah.
now if they haven't done it, so I don't know.
No. And I'm big. I'm piggybacking off this pick with you too, Nick. I was on the over for this game. I
how
don't.
were you?
Sig has yeah. Well, because Sig hasn't won anything yet, so I didn't want to in terms of like within when his coaching career. So like I
And
don't
why
want
don't
to
you
just
tell
pin
everyone
them.
how would you know about that?
Chat GBT. I looked it up.
Oh,
Well,
geez,
and you played for them, and you had him as a coach.
No, I played for him for a year, but yeah, we didn't make it very far. But the farthest he ever went in D2 was like the Final Four. Then
Yeah, you have IUP, and then he went to James
FCS.
Madison. Did he
He
go
went
to Elon? Did he go to Elon after or after you guys, or was it
Elon
before?
after IUP,
And
So he
then
went to
then
James
Elon
Madison.
and then
Madison,
James Madison.
and then Indiana.
It's been pretty quick, and I know he's an older
It
coach,
it
but
has
like
felt
Super
pretty
quick.
quick,
his
but it was 10
jumps
years
have been
ago.
really fast.
It
Yeah,
was about 10 years ago, so
that's
it
Wow,
crazy.
I
has
guess it is
Without
been 10
winning a
years.
championship at any of the levels either, it's kind of like
without winning a
just
single championship.
just crazy improvements from each program immediately.
Yeah,
I mean, he's made
yeah.
it like just the
But he's
jump that
just been
Indiana made last year.
slowly grinding all the way up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're talking about like some people today were mentioning like NFL teams should try their damnedest to like pry him away, especially if
I
you
don't
have a
know.
shot at maybe getting Mendoza, but
I think
he's not going to leave.
he's such a college coach.
But he's an older coach that I think could get the respect of a locker room. Like I think like with all these like young guys getting these teams and doing well, like Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, like some of these teams, I
Yeah, but
feel
if he
like
doesn't do
Kurt could
good,
go in
I
there.
think his would be like a Sirianni thing where he is like a little outspoken about certain things or like on the field, maybe not on the field, but out on in the media, he's outspoken. Sirianni's the opposite way. On the field, he's acts like a doofus, but in the pressers, he's just trying not to say something dumb because he's like everything's pointed at him, and it's the opposite way. Sig will say anything to the media. I don't know if that's good for the NFL. Like he can get ripped, and then all of a sudden, if he's on a bad team, he's done for.
Well, I mean, there's some of these coaches that are like that. Though you see Tomlin in his presser after the Ravens game.
Yeah, but that's Mike Tomlin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
I
Kirk
don't.
Cincinnati gives a similar energy
Sig ain't
where
leaving.
you
It's
Sig
expect
ain't
him
saying
to
leaving
say
anytime
something,
soon.
Tomlin.
but you expect him to say something to the media. Like
Now you do, and
he's not gonna
some
like
people like it, and some
yeah.
people won't.
Doesn't say there's
But
always coaches like that. So you
I
like the
still,
over in that game? Are there
I
any
love the
other
over
reasons
more
that
than anything else. Well, the
gotcha?
quarterbacks are just playing really good. Quarterback play is so elite right now. Um, I don't see why they're not going to keep going. I mean, they're going to dice up these defenses. They're going to just
Honestly,
typical.
Jake, just go into your other bet too, because I mean,
That's
we'll
what I'm
kind
going
of
to.
just
I'm going to go to yeah,
we'll just
but
use ours as the same,
That'll
and then we'll
work.
pick
and then
one for
mine
them all. I
also
mean, they're the
piggybacks
same.
off your other pick, the Ole Miss pick. I'm
Uh,
just going to take them straight up. I think this is it for Miami. I think it was a nice little ride for them. Um, barely was supposed to get into the playoffs, got in, ended up winning two games or in this in this matchup. I don't see them ever making it this far. And of all the quarterbacks to do it, Carson Beck.
dude,
It's
I've
like
been saying that all year.
out of
I
all of the
know.
quarterbacks that we've seen, not just to Miami, just all the transfer like graduate transfer quarterbacks, and like you think they're going to make it at that
He's a
school.
top 10 pick.
He somehow has kind of came back,
No, yeah, I
You knew he
agree.
would. You knew he
It's so
would.
annoying to see
and
too.
good
It's
for
like,
him. But good for him though. Good for him.
He got
yeah,
It's
his
very
money.
surprising, but good for him. But I think it ends here, and I think he has one of his bad games where it just nothing goes his way.
yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if it happens here because of the way I think the game is gonna go. Like if Ole Miss is able to score, and now you need Beck to answer consistently. I think Beck
Shootout
has
might be
been
tough.
fine. Yeah, a shootout's gonna be a tough spot for Miami. But I mean, if the defense does dominate, then obviously Beck can get a couple. But I'm leaning more towards it being a more high scoring game. That's why I don't think it's.
That's also I don't think anybody thought that Miami's defense was this good.
Yeah,
Like
and
everybody
honest,
thought they were good, but everybody forgot about them because at the Indiana, Ohio State, like
It's tough
everybody.
to run on him.
But this Miami team is just ridiculous.
and I think Ohio State. I think Sagan's been kind of like skating all year. Where I never really saw that he
He has got to
was
be good
a
or great
guy. Like I didn't think
team.
he was the guy. It reminded me of Kyle McCord's one year, where like he was fine, but he wasn't like a we should win the national like they got Will Howard and it was like oh they should win. I just didn't
Right.
feel that Sayin played like a dude this year. That's why like he
No,
can be
it was their defense being
yeah,
unreal all year and then
and he
scoring
still
17 points.
has two top 10 receivers, like
And
top
that's
10
the
pick
worst part.
receivers.
That's the time when your defense is so good. You tell that quarterback, you know what, dude, just go make all your errors.
Yeah,
Like just get
they
better
should
by the
have
end of the
pushed him
season.
more during the season
Push
to get
you
better.
push it because
Yeah.
this defense isn't going to give up anything.
Yeah, he should have probably been a little bit more aggressive early, tried to just get him better, but we'll see. But yeah,
All
I
right, so
like
those are our two picks.
so you guys, I mean, do you guys call each other?
No,
You guys talk these picks over.
I don't know
um,
how much different you can get with two games though.
That's true. I mean, that's what I said it. I said I was like, yeah,
it's
we're probably
fine.
if we don't communicate, we're probably gonna end up all on similar. But
Let's just do the Oregon Indiana over. I think that
yeah,
one.
absolutely,
That
because you
makes
guys both had
sense.
that.
I think that's better for ours. We'll do a
But
two legger or something.
I'll say we should probably I'm cool with taking the points too. Money line's great, Jake, but if we're trying to get like a if we're doing a parlay,
I mean, I was right there with you. Just I'm good with points, so we'll
so we
take
All
could
right,
do
both.
so
the
we'll do Ole Miss points. We'll
I
take
mean, if you're
my
looking
Ole
for
Miss
better
points.
odds, I mean, if you're Nikki thought that they were going to win outright anyway. I'm just
yeah, but
saying, just likes
that's
the
what's
points.
nice though.
I'll
That makes
take
you
the
feel even better
points.
about it. Yeah, it makes you feel
Yeah,
even better about it.
well, you get worse odds. Yeah,
If
plus
it's gonna
odds
be
take more
our,
money.
you don't
But
need. We're not looking. You're not. We're not skating by trying to get plus odds on this.
yeah, we
Like we're
already have
already
it's gonna be
parlaying it.
yeah. It's gonna be like
All
a
We're
right.
plus
already gonna
500
get
plus
it.
400 parlay.
Yeah,
It's
we're
okay.
already getting
All right, so we got our
a
first two
highlight it.
picks done. For my pick, I'm going to be staying in that Miami Ole Miss game, and I'm taking the over in that game. Ole Miss has scored over 30 points in their last 8 games, and they're averaging 37 points on the
Damn.
year. The over in this game is at 52 and a half, and I think Ole Miss, I think they're going to continue on this heater that they've been on. Miami is I think they have a great defense, but the way Trinidad Chambles looks, I think he's going to do it. Or is it Chambliss?
And I don't know
Trinidad
how to pronounce
Chambliss.
it.
Well,
Winning
Same
dad,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, Trinidad's been playing awesome. I think he's going to get them to 30 in the dome. They looked awesome in the dome last week. Some of the throws he makes, I don't good defense doesn't stop that. So I think Ole Miss will get to 30. And the one thing about Ole Miss this year, while they've dominated most of their games, I don't think their defense is that dominant. And I think Miami's offense, Beck should be able to put some drives together, and they have some serious talent. Like Tony's an absolute stud. So I think they're going to feed him, and I think they could also get to 30 points. Like to me, this is like a 60-point shootout, which is the games Ole Miss wants to be in because they trust that they have the guy late in games that can make that final drive. Whereas I don't know if Beck is going to be able to match a team in a big shootout like that if it gets over 30 points. So it'll be a great game, and that's why I'm anticipating the overs this week, especially with the overs not hitting last week as well. I think it just kind of helps push this forward.
Yeah, I love that. I think it'll be more Ole Miss than Miami,
I think so
but
too. Especially, I mean, obviously
Hopefully,
the way that we
but
look
then
at it
again,
though.
Miami's defense is good. I mean, to be at 52 with Miami's defense doesn't necessarily make sense
that's
the
that's why I
Oregon
love it. That's
Yeah,
why I
game
love it.
exactly. Exactly.
because the
That
Oregon
game.
game is at 47 and a half, and they
I
scored
think they
50 in the
know
last
this
game.
is
Like
just how old that's just old Miss football, baby. It's gonna be a fast track. It's gonna be quick. I mean,
They put it up
you know what's
against
funny?
Georgia's defense. It's like
Watching the
they
games
put up
last week, when you
39.
see them going no huddle, how fast Old Miss, like how
they
little
go
time
very
Old Miss takes
fast.
off the clock, it gets out of hand quick. Like if they are able to move the ball, then they're gonna score a bunch, and Miami's gonna have plenty of opportunities. Like there's gonna be so much time on the clock. I think that's how their games get really out of hand. It gets to that 60-point range. So I wouldn't be
Right.
shocked if we're able to have a big over in that one.
I like that.
So that's
Mhm.
my first pick. My second pick, I'm going with Indiana to score over 25.5 points in this game. They've hit this line in 8 out of their last 9 games, and they scored 30 points last time they played Oregon earlier in the season. And I think Indiana's offense, though they looked good early in the season, I think Mendoza has hit a whole another level as the season has went on. Obviously, he won the Heisman, so he's really just taken off. And I think overall, the vibes of the team, they're all just rallying around Mendoza, and it feels like it's a really good story, and the team is just on a storybook ending where they just feel like it's inevitable that they're going to show up every week, be dialed in, and just execute. Like Signetti is calling great games, and the players are not making mistakes. So I don't see any way that they don't get 4 touchdowns in this game, in the dome, in the fast track. They put it on Bama last week, even in kind of shaky elements, crappy field. So I see them doing the same thing this week. And Oregon's got a great defense, but this is just you're gonna have Dante Moore and Mendoza going back and forth. The coaches are gonna go all out. Every possession's going to have creative play calls. I think that each team is going to score, but I trust Indiana to definitely get there. I obviously think Oregon's going to score in this game, but on the chance that they don't have a good game because of Indiana's defense, I want to
Yeah,
lean more on the Indiana side of
I
things
like
as
that.
far as points.
I do like that. Well,
But
that's good.
obviously, yeah, obviously
So
we're already
looking at how this,
on the game.
yes, but we'll look. That's what I was saying. So looking at how the parlay affects it, since it is an Indiana team over
Yeah.
parlayed with the total over, it looks like that parlay would get us to plus 386.
Yeah.
Um, if we took the Miami and Ole Miss over instead of the Indiana team total over, that gets us to plus 544.
Yeah.
Interesting. Same game
Yeah.
parlay, but worse or odds, I would
But
assume.
because
That's
they're
why
not
they did that.
correlated, like
Because
the
they're not
over,
correlated.
yeah, the over isn't correlated with them covering.
Like the
Where
over with
the over with a
if
team,
Indiana's overhit, the likelihood of the overhitting is more than
exactly.
that.
It's
So
more than
no, I
50%
get
because
it, but at
they
least
did theirs.
it still goes up. It goes up from like
Yeah.
200 to plus 380.
Yeah,
So
no, plus 380 is not, I mean, that's not bad at all. So I'm cool with that.
that was the only reason why we wouldn't have taken it. I think I still would prefer
Like I said, I feel more confident in that game
Mendoza
than the
for
Ole
sure.
Miss Miami game
One
anyway.
hundred
I do
percent.
too.
I'd
I
yeah,
think that's just going
I'd
to be
rather
good
take that.
ball. Yeah, like
I think
All
that's
right.
what you're gonna get. I think you're just gonna get a good football game.
yeah.
Like your app, like your 32-35,
Well,
like
like how
Yeah.
the Ole Miss
28
Georgia
to
game
30.
was last week, where it just was a good game all the way throughout. Like teams were ready,
You
teams
know,
were answering. Like I just Miami's games, I feel like they can be ugly games. I think they're just more of a likelihood that if the defense does show up.
tough watch.
Correct.
Yeah,
All right, let's do it. So let's go Indiana team over. It is up to 26.5 now. Sorry.
I will still take it. I think that
Um,
they've hit that 6 out of the last 8. So there was one game
yeah.
they got 26. So I'll take it. Four
Indiana
touchdowns,
versus
3.5.
Oregon over, and then Ole Miss plus 3.5.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
For plus 385, that's not bad at all. That's
Plus
nice.
385.
All right, cool. So we got our college bet for the week, and now we're going to be moving on into our NFL Super Wild Card weekend here. We got 6 games to pick from, bitches.
Super wild card weekend.
But before we do that, we're going to do a recap of how our week 18 picks went. Never know how that week is going to go. And Nick, you can start off with the recap for this one.
Yeah, I was 1-1, but definitely on me. I had it wrong. Should have saw it coming. I should have known. I took Drake May over 1.5 passing touchdowns. He did play the game. They scored a ton of points, but it was all rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
The one I should have taken was the other guy trying to get back in the MVP conversation and get back to the favorite, Stafford, who threw a whopping 4 touchdowns. A couple of them, I don't know how many were like a 1 yard
Two on the
touchdown.
one.
I
Two on
know
the
he
Two
had
of
one.
at
them,
least 2. Yeah, because Puka had
insane.
the one-hander inside the 5
Yeah,
too. It's
just
like,
of course, Stafford was going to throw 4 touchdowns to try and get this MVP race back. So I missed that one, and then Jameer Gibbs anytime touchdown that did hit. Thank God I took that and not any of the other things I wanted to take in that game. But the
Yeah,
Lions did win,
unfortunately.
which we thought. But
That's true. And Jake had your two go.
Went 1-1 last week. Really thought the Jackson Smith and Jigba was going to be a good one. He got going in the game
he was
too.
close.
Yeah, he
He
was
just
in the
yeah he
game.
just
It's not
needs
like
just
he was being
one
shut out.
more.
Yeah.
No, exactly. He would just need like one
Well,
more of those
it
And I
was
catches.
think,
that it was that damn play on the sideline where he
yeah.
almost went for it all, and he
Well,
barely
yeah.
stepped out, and
He barely
he
stepped
made
out.
like two
He
guys
would have
that
got.
made like two guys miss, went for 40 more yards,
I think
barely
Darnold
stepped
missed him
out.
late too. Darnold missed him on like a comeback late where he just sailed it over him.
Makes
And I was
sense.
like, damn, that's probably the one that's going to cost like his over. It always comes
Yeah.
down to like one play like that. That's not bad. What was your other one?
And the other one was Titans at Jags. The over and that one hit. The over was 47.5. What was the final? What was it?
It was like,
41 to 7.
I think they
yes,
got
he
48.
got it by half a point.
Yeah, Jags, baby, can always count on the
Dude,
Jags.
it took a
Scoring
67-yard
machine.
field goal from Cam Little to get that over.
I'll tell you what, though, the Jags, they blow teams out.
They just
Oh
don't
yeah.
stop scoring.
They put up,
You
how
have
many
to a
times did they put up 40? They put up 40 a
couple
couple
times
times.
this year.
They're
Couple
just
times.
showing, hey, Liam Cohen, maybe partly why the Bucks struggled this year. Like OC, the OCs, like Ben Johnson, probably why the
You know,
Lions struggled this year. Like it's not as easy as the Eagles make it look. Okay,
No,
I'm so
and
glad the
everybody
Lions
does
are doing
think it
what they're
is.
doing. The
they
Lions
got
Which
missed the playoffs because
just
of,
justified a bunch.
yeah.
yes, it just justifies how the Eagles doing what the Eagles are doing. It's so much
It's
harder than it
crazy.
actually is.
It's so hard to find OCs when they aren't
This
your
is
head
our
coach.
third or fourth cycle.
Yeah, and then for
After
my
that cycle
two,
we got,
oh
we fired everybody,
well, it
got a
gets
cycle
watered
of new
down
head
so
coach, and
much.
then every year it's been poach, 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 poach,
Exactly,
poach.
because these guys aren't your first option, so you need other people to come out of it.
That's
Like
why I almost don't
Fatula
even
wasn't
want.
picked for 3 years.
Yeah, I don't even want in-house guys because of that. I'd rather you get
Exactly.
someone like a Kellen Moore that's good and just needs his next spot. I
You
don't
you
want
you were
a
only
first
allowed to
temp
do
OC.
in-house stuff when you've been there for like 8 to 10 years. Then you can start saying, all right, if this guy's been
This
with you
guy
this long,
developed for 8 years. Right.
okay. Not just some guy that you got some fucking wide receivers coach or DB's coach who's now all of a sudden your OCDC. He's like, you ever called plays before? No, I've been here for a couple years doing nothing.
No, he's just
So
playing
brutal.
Madden.
Yeah. So that's my tangent. Matt, how'd you do on your picks?
My
Oh, I'll have
two
another
picks
tangent later on. Don't worry.
very close to 0-2, but we were able to backdoor that Panthers +2.5 at the
Yes.
Bucks. So
Yeah,
we
you were.
went 1-1, just like we drew it up with the Panthers, keeping it close till the very end. And I took the over at 51.5 Lions at Bears. I really thought that was going to be a light show, and that was probably
It's
Caleb's worst
close.
game in the last like 6 weeks. Like the Bears offensively, Ben Johnson came out saying that was our most vanilla game plan we've had in a long like all
Yeah.
season, which is a very weird thing to say. It's like an excuse going into the playoffs. Like I don't know, I didn't really care for that, and I don't know how they're going to look this weekend because of that type of just that type of energy, but
I hated his
shitty
comment.
game. Yeah, it's not a head coach type.
His
It's an
comments.
ego comment. It's
You
just
heard his
not.
comment about like we play like some teams play their starters or whatever, like
Yeah,
making a dig at the Eagles. Like you guys had control.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And now you guys are because they're pissed they got the Packers, even though that's what they wanted. They were trying to win the game, but I know now that it's happened, I don't think they really like the matchup
The
versus
third
like a team
I
we
time.
just
don't think
scored
they like the
38
matchup.
against. Like the Niners, they had a shootout against. They're like, oh, we'll take that. We'll
They would
happily
have
take
taken
that
the Niners
again.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have won the
So
game. They should have won the game.
yeah,
They were
exactly. And
in. They were like about to score. They were like they just ran out of time and down
yeah.
at the end
It
of the
So
game.
works.
weird comments for sure. But yeah. But no, excited to get into the wild card weekend picks, and we can have Nick. You can start us off with your two picks for this weekend.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
What you
I
got?
can't wait. I love these games,
Oh,
and
they're
let me
great.
tell you when I
Puka
pulled
picks?
up when I pulled up that sports book and I'm going through the games this week, and initially the Eagles started at -3, somewhere at 3.5 during the week. Flooded. Everybody was like 80 something percent was on the 49ers. Everybody was
Yeah.
taking the 49ers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The line moved the opposite way. Typically, if everybody's taking one team, the line will favor that. It'll move to that team because
Yep.
there'll be too many people. It moved the opposite direction despite how many bets were on the 49ers. That tells me that the books know, they know how much of a matchup problem this is for the 49ers. You got the Eagles, who have one of the best defenses in the league, and not a great offense. I mean, let's just put it that way. They just haven't been playing well. But that's their problem, right? Their problem has been offense, not defense. 49ers, offense, bad defense. It's just a terrible matchup for the 49ers. I mean, they're going to run into an Eagles defense who I think we're going to stop them, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop our offense. It's just they're not going to be able to get any pass rush on the Eagles. And that's the only thing that can hurt us is if we have a bunch of people rushing us with our offensive line. Lane Johnson's back.
Not yet.
I think
He's
he'll
not
end up
back this week?
playing. They haven't.
He's playing.
They haven't said it yet.
The
He's
report
trying
came
it, but
out today
it's
that
not
yeah, it's not a
100% as of.
guarantee, but
I
he's
hate
likely
that.
playing. Yeah,
I can't
it's
believe he
weird,
wouldn't play.
Well, it's
but at least I think Dean's back this week, so they'll have Dean, and defense will be. I mean, defense should be comparable to the Seahawks last week that held them to 3 points. So like
And that's what I was just going to say. Last
yeah,
week, you finally
their
saw the
offense is
49ers
still
against a
good.
good defense.
three
You saw
points
them
though.
against a good defense,
Yeah,
and
let's not forget the
they were
Niners
held
do
to
have
3
the
points.
second easiest schedule in the league with the Patriots this year. So like people that are
I,
like giving the Patriots shit,
yeah,
The Niners
this is
have
still a very
receiver
good
injuries
offense,
too.
though.
They're very good, and
It's a
they
good
will
offense,
score.
not a very good offense.
But they've looked better
I
because
don't
of
care.
yeah.
They don't have the weapons that are going to be like, all right, this guy one-on-one, this guy one-on-one. That ain't going to happen.
I
Plus,
don't think you need to. They got
don't
Kyle
have the
Shanahan.
DB.
Yeah,
AJ
I
Brown
think
and Devontae Smith are going to put up. I mean, they're going to
I
do
hope
whatever they
so.
want.
The Eagles have to worry about Kevin Patullo calling fucking plays.
I think Kevin
yeah.
Patullo can do exactly what he did all year, and I think they're going to dominate.
Exactly. The Eagles offense did have their games. Like they had the Vikings game. Like they had a few games in there
I think it'll be
where
very similar to the
they
Vikings
were
game.
able to like the Raiders. I mean, I know they're way better than the Raiders, but they have their games where like they are able to dial up some things. And I think Barkley, his over is at like 81.5. The Niners lost their second string linebacker. They're on their third string. They just
Too
signed
many
Eric
injuries.
Kendricks off the streets. Like I do think we
Who they
can at
signed
least
off the
bully
street?
them. Eric Kendricks, he was the old linebacker for he just wasn't
Vikings
on a
and
team though.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on a team all year. So or the last 4 weeks.
Trust
I don't
me.
know who cut him. But yeah,
Listening
I
to
could
the
see it.
players, I think I don't know. I think listening to the players, they were asked. All the Eagles players were asked, "Did you want to play? Did you play?" No, we don't give a fuck who we play.
Yeah.
They're going to beat. They are so confident they're going to beat anyone. And listening to what the 49ers said, George Kittle,
Yeah.
let's go Cardinals because we don't want to have to go to Philly.
I do
Well,
think
I
it's
mean,
Like, I
they
just think
also they won the Super
everyone
Bowl,
knows.
so all the regular season stops meaning as much as it used to once you do that. Especially a lot of these group of
Everybody
guys.
knows what's going to happen.
and I do
Well, I
think
hope
it's
so.
also a little bit of a revenge game for the Eagles. 'Cause I do feel like they're funkier in 23 where the
Oh,
Niners just
they put it
dog walked
on.
them. And that was their get back from the NFC Championship game. They felt slighted, and that was their big year.
Correct.
I think there's a big mismatch, and I think people almost think of this Niners team, to be closer to that team because some of the big names, but their defense is nowhere near what they
Nope.
were in that game. So I do think, yeah, I think that it's kind of just the rivalry of the two teams the last couple of years that's making this game feel like it should be close. But I
It
don't think
could,
it's going to be
yeah.
close. I don't.
I
I
mean,
think
it's
it's
4.5. I think one score game. I think that's right around 6.5 is where I would be
I
like,
th-
no,
I
if
think the
they
I
Eagles
think they win by 2 scores,
I think they'll be
2 to
up
3 scores.
double digits in the fourth quarter. Now, whether or not the Eagles, like get
That's
too
right.
conservative and let them come back in, but I do think they'll be up double digits into the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely 4.5. So that's what I'm taking. I'm taking Eagles minus 4.5 against the
Sirianni
49ers.
also doesn't lose at home.
Yeah.
No,
And I
they
think he
And
just
doesn't
won't.
lose
I
after
don't.
a bye too. Like they count that as like an extra rest week for a lot. I mean, the
who?
whole offense. Like Sirianni, his like post rest weeks.
Yeah, but then I
Like
don't think
if
they're
he,
going to give that the whole team. Probably they wouldn't
but
count
the
this
last two times we
weekend.
did it for the playoffs, he won too. Like they're saying included the week 18s where he rested starters. He
Yeah.
hasn't lost that first round after. The two
Well, as
playoff
long as
games he
they're
has
healthy.
lost is when we had to play 18.
If Lane's playing and he's
But
healthy,
they were away,
or
I think, right?
Correct.
I'd feel really good. But if you can play this game without Lane and he just can't go, but if there's a game to not
Well, you
play
can't go.
this
You can't
game,
go. This
well,
is a
I'm
game you
saying
don't
this is the
play.
game. If not that you want to say, hey man, I can't go, but if I heard it this game, I'm gone for the rest of this. I don't know, but
If he can't play this
not
week,
that
then
big of
he
a pass
probably
rush.
it's probably like needs like some type of minor operation that he should have done
Yeah.
weeks ago if he can't play this week. Because they keep saying he's like he's like could have played the last couple like they make it seem
I
like
hope
That's what
so.
I thought.
yeah, they were reporting
I've
about it
seen some of
today
his
saying
workouts. I don't see
yeah.
how he can't be playing football if he's doing some of the things that he does. But
I know.
it's also different movements, and it's Liz Frank, right? Like that thing is
Yeah, it's weird.
that's a weird spot.
But you're getting Bryce Huff rushing, so I mean, I am okay if he doesn't have to play.
Bryce Huff revenge game.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Oh
He can
God, it is
still
not a.
move.
That shit ain't a revenge game.
No.
He was so bad for the Eagles.
He was
I
bad
mean, he.
immediately.
It wasn't even
Immediately they
close.
didn't want him out
He.
there.
There is nothing the Eagles like. He should not like. You can't be upset. He played
Super
so
Bowl winner.
bad, so bad. I guess he did get a ring.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking healthy scratch.
Yeah, that's tough. What's
All
your
right,
next
so that's my
one?
first one. My next one's the Bills at the Jags. It's gonna be an unbelievable game. We got good games all around, except I guess that one Rams game. Um,
Good game.
just I mean, 10 point
Carolina
spread.
beat them early in the season. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Not a good game.
I'm saying it's the only one that I'm like, all right, that's
Not
who
excited to
cares?
watch.
Rams are gonna win.
Yeah.
Like
Oof.
this game is awesome. Bills versus Jags.
Yeah.
I mean, this game's gonna be amazing. I have Josh. Hold on. Why is your name anonymous turtle?
Oh, Google Docs does that. You're like anonymous squirrel on mine.
What?
What?
If you're trying to type for whatever reason, if you're not, yeah, it
No,
gives you
anonymous.
like it. Yeah, it
I
gives you
know.
random names if you're typing while we're looking at the doc.
Oh shit, that's fun. All right,
No,
sorry.
that's what Jake goes by. You didn't. That's his tag name.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the
No.
Drewski skit?
The who?
I'm some turtle guy, whatever.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very funny. You'd laugh. All right, sorry. I'm going Josh Allen anytime touchdown minus 130.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs. Josh Allen's going to
He's
be
gonna
running the
try and get
ball.
it.
Josh
You
Allen's
check the
going to be
weather?
trying to score. In Jacks,
I'm sure it's gonna be
Yeah.
beautiful.
I don't care.
You
Even more
care?
so, rainy game. Josh
Yeah,
Allen's gonna tuck it and run
rain, sleet, or snow. Josh Allen's ready to go.
it.
Um, Year he ran the ball way more in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. He had 8 carries against the Broncos in that first game, even though 8 carries, that was a game they dominated. So like he didn't even really have to run the ball. 10 carries against the Ravens and 11 carries against the Chiefs. That was last year's playoffs. James Cook, yeah, he may
I think it's
score as
over
well,
rushing
but
attempts.
I know, honestly, I don't know what his rushing attempts are to look, but he will. He's gonna get probably 10 rushes. I mean, this is gonna be a really good game. I think this is gonna be a really really good game. James Cook may score, but I still think Josh Allen. I don't think it has any effect on him. I think Josh Allen will score as well. He's gonna get 2, maybe even 3 rushes inside the goal line anytime they're there.
It's gonna be 70 degrees
It's gonna
for
be
the
perfect.
game.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
perfect.
perfect.
perfect weather. I mean, that's much
Perfect.
different than what he faced against the
Well,
Eagles.
I think Josh is definitely going to have to put up points. I think the Jags are going to put up points. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
they're going to be
Perfect
scoring.
weather. Oh yeah, these teams are going to be moving around.
This is gonna be a 60-point shootout. I mean,
I
just
feel
take
like
the
it
over if
is
you want
There
too.
to.
should be no rain all week. That field should be perfect. That's going to be a great field to play on.
Yeah,
Comes
We
out.
got
I
boots on the
agree.
ground.
Maybe,
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool game to go to.
maybe.
Problem is though, I mean, going to a game and it's a play and you're missing other games.
Well, you're not missing the other games though, because the way the
Oh
You're
yeah,
not.
playoff
because
games
you
are
are
set up.
close.
Well, yeah,
Well,
and you're
what
20
time is
minutes
that
away.
game?
I'm a 10-minute drive home.
Nice. That's not bad. Just gotta
I just
check StubHub.
pricing would be very expensive for parking though.
Uber.
Why don't you have
Can't
Jared
Uber.
drop you off?
Oh yeah.
Go by myself?
Mm,
You don't think she would want to go?
I was just saying it because you had to take her to
the
the.
concert. Yeah, because you took her to the concert. She can drop you off in the game.
You would think that that would work out. My favorite, but it's if the Eagles were playing, it'd be a different story. But they're not playing,
Gotcha.
so
So they're playing at 1 o'clock. Eagles play at 4:30. That's tough. I don't know if you can do
I would make it back because I would leave before the game ended.
that. Yeah, true.
I would just really hope I didn't miss like a legendary ending. You know, like as I'm leaving, I
Yeah,
see like the
true.
jumbotron touchdown, no seconds left. I'd be like, which is
Yeah,
that?
like Trevor rushing it in against the Chiefs when the place went
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
He falls down,
Beautiful.
gets up. Yeah, it's so
That
good.
was awesome.
Side note, before we even get, everyone's saying how Sam Darnold didn't mess that game up, but he tried his hardest. I don't know if you guys saw that. He
Oh,
he
against
did
the
the Trevor
Niners.
Lawrence, and then he fumbled, and then they
Oh,
almost scooped it up, but they luckily fell on the ball.
yeah.
But he like stupidly stumbled and almost gave them a
No,
touchdown.
Trevor was very much like Trevor Lawrence the first few games of the year. The heater he's on now though, he's
No,
like
I'm talking about
Don't
only
Sam
step in
Darnold.
his
Sorry,
way.
did I
Don't
say
step in.
Trevor?
Don't step in his way.
I
yeah.
was talking about Sam Darnold against the 49ers. It
Well, I
just
mean, they
reminded
only
me.
scored 13 on that defense, so it's not
Yeah.
like they lit it up. And if McCaffrey catches the ball instead of tips it, I think it's a totally different game.
Oh yeah.
When you're
All right.
inside the
So what do you
10,
guys like? You guys like Eagles minus 4.5 or Josh Allen touchdown?
I'll leave it to Jake because he was more skeptical.
Josh Allen touchdown.
Okay.
Ew, dude.
I
All
knew
right,
he
I
was gonna
like it
do
even
it.
more.
I don't trust the Eagles, to
Oh
be
my
honest with
god, the
you.
Eagles are gonna blow them the fuck out.
Jake's with the public. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I might
I
be with the
love
Colts.
that. I love that. Take 80% or right on with you. And what happens when the public bet?
They win.
They don't.
Sometimes
Not at all.
Now
They
now
are
when you're at
losing at a
80%, not when it's
historic
80%.
rate. They're losing
Yeah.
at a historic rate.
All
All
right, cool.
right.
So that's our first pick of the parlay. It's gonna be Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Jake, you want to give us your two picks?
yeah, I got two quick ones for you. The two games that nobody wants to pick. The two games everybody's looking away from. These are two games I wanted to pick. These are two games I wanted. First game, Rams at Panthers. Love it. Puka Nacua. I'm going alt line. Give me over 100 receiving yards for this game. It's plus 115. Devonta Adams, I think, is back.
Should be.
Should be. Whether he's actually a full go or not, it doesn't really matter. Him on the field, love that.
Helps. Yeah.
I don't remember if he's even on the team. Tyler Higbee, I saw he got activated off IR. Is he on the Rams?
He scored like twice last week for the Rams. Yeah,
Boom.
he looked good. He
Would you
looked
look
good.
at that? So another weapon that they'll be worried about. And Blake Corum and Kyron Williams in the backfield field have been doing very well, actually, surprisingly. They both almost ran for 1,000 each, which is kind of crazy to think about. Um, I think in the playoffs, your guys are going to get theirs. Your best
Yeah.
players always get theirs. They get fed the ball, especially Matthew Stafford. Now he's not worrying about the MVP. He's like, okay, now I can go back to just making sure that I'm going to score points and just score points and not worry about anything. Panthers team is young. I don't think they got it. I know Puka is going to do his best against what Horn? Horn's the guy down there.
Yeah, JC Horn.
He's going to be
Yeah,
he's going to
but
be following him. No,
I don't think so because
They
Puka's
do the
inside. Puka will be inside.
because
yeah
he goes
they
inside too, and they
and
might
they'll
not let.
move yeah they move
They
Puka
move him all
around
over
to
the
get him
place. They
open.
do
Some
everything
Yeah, it
tough
doesn't
though
matter.
playing
McVay
slot versus outside is tough.
they
No,
just
I'm talking
played.
about Horn.
You're
for
saying they
Horn.
move
I don't
Horn
know
out
if
there?
Horn's gonna follow him the whole game.
We'll
Well,
see
however,
though.
they just played and he had I think Puka had like 7 catches for 70 yards. So like he didn't go off,
Yeah,
but it was a weird game. The Rams had 3 turnovers. It was
yeah.
Well, last 5 games, Puka's gone for 728 receiving yards in the last 5 games.
it was crazy.
He's been on a tear. 104 of the five. I
Yeah, they're
think
gonna.
he's
You got to feed
him
him
right
the
now is
ball.
just
You
on a
have to feed
whole
him.
other level. Yeah, he's playing such good
You,
ball. You just give the ball.
yeah, you win with your. This is when the stars come out. This is when the
Yep.
stars are gonna play well. You're not gonna see, Witherspoon or Witherton, whatever Jonathan that dude is, number 88. You're not gonna see him go and get six catches
Winnington.
for 100 yards. Whittington, that's his name. You're gonna see Puka Nacua get 10 catches for 100. I mean, that's just what it's gonna be,
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially against this Panthers team.
And I
that's what you
also
rely
think
on.
there's a chance he gets 60 to 70 yards like in the first half. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
Yeah,
feel like this might
early.
be
first
let's get
drive
up
maybe four
early.
Get
catches or
going.
five
Yeah,
catches.
let's get
Yeah.
going. Let's not play games.
To then potentially rest him in the fourth. But I think to get there, I think they'd have to really feed him early. And I think
Yeah,
they will. Like I said, I think this is a game like, hey, we don't have to worry
it's
about health now. We're here. We're in the playoffs. Let's 10
that's a good football
catches.
team though.
Oh no, it's it
They're,
I
they're a
think the
good football team.
Panthers
But yeah,
I think they
Losing
cover
their
at
way
some
in.
point. Yeah, that's ugly.
kind of kind of funny, kind of funny.
But they are such a roller coaster of a team that they have now bottomed out for 2 straight weeks. I am expecting Bryce Young to throw for like 300 yards and
Yeah,
just
he's
look
gonna.
like and really just put the Panthers in a bind in the offseason. He's like, what do you mean? He went
That
toe to
would make
toe with
sense.
Stafford again. That's why I see that happening. But I see Puka getting his this week too. So I like that pick.
I mean, it took the Panthers everything. Pick six, whatever, a couple picks from Stafford,
Yes.
goal line pick. Like, just it
It
took
did take a lot
literally
in the
But the
rain.
ball that he
everything.
threw though, but Bryce Young's ball he threw for his touchdown, it's like could be
It's good
it
ball.
was a moment for him. It was
That was
probably the best moment of his career so far. He doesn't have many.
absolutely. That's when we thought we were going to be competing with the Rams for the one seed.
Yeah.
We're
All
not.
right, what's your next one?
The next one, we we're going to the north. Packers at Bears. Funny stat: Caleb Williams actually 2 touchdowns or more in the last 5 straight games.
Or more. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't look past the last 5 games because the last 5 I feel like matter the most as well. He's been throwing these little dinking dunk touchdowns when he gets close to the end zone, which is fine. That's just how a lot of these offensive coordinators have been calling these games now. They do a bunch of play action down towards the end zone, especially for them. The heavy run presence with Swift and anybody know how to pronounce that guy's name for the
Manungai.
Bears?
Manungai.
Guy. They've been running those two hard all season. So play action down the goal line works pretty well. And that Colston Loveland or whatever, he kind of had a decent season. I didn't think he was going to have a good year, and he ended up doing okay by the end. Do we know if what Romaduzzi is he back?
He
Is he?
almost played last week, so I wouldn't be shocked if he's playing this week, but they
Okay.
still have DJ Moore and Luther Burton. Like there's still Burton's a stud.
Yeah, I think
Big
I
fan.
think he should be all right. Packers defense, they have been good actually in
Yep.
some games, and then there's other games where they just do nothing at all and they just let the team roll right through them. I have no idea how this is going to work. Third time's a charm. Bryce Love or what's his name? Jordan Love. Is he healthy?
He's
He
playing.
is. He could have played last week.
Okay, he could have played last week.
They rested him.
They even sat Willis just in
They
case.
sat everybody.
Okay, all right. But
So yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
think
I like the Caleb Williams over 2 touchdowns this week and plus money as well, plus 100. So both mine are plus money.
that's nice.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I think the
It's
Bears, for some reason,
Cold,
they are
very
just.
cold, very cold, very cold.
It's
In
gonna
the
be yeah, it's gonna
low,
be
low
cold.
20s with wind, maybe
Caleb's
snow.
Ice King apparently,
yeah,
but for some reason they're scared of the Packers. I don't know.
I didn't like that.
They're afraid. They're afraid of the Packers. Every fan is afraid of the Packers. No one is confident
Really?
going into this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go around. None of them are confident going into this
the
game.
Packers should
Obviously,
have.
the players and the coach, they're obvious. Like Ben Johnson's like probably not like they're not scared. Obviously, like they're the two seed. They shouldn't be. But there is some mystique that they're not going to beat the Packers and they're going to lose at home. I mean, it's just. But that
That,
doesn't mean he doesn't throw for two touchdowns.
Yeah, I think they're. I mean, I think they're gonna need him to if they're gonna
He
make this a
absolutely
game.
will. Yeah.
I think they're gonna need him to as well. I think he's gonna call a game to where no matter what, the Bears will be in it at the end, even if they're having a tough time,
They're
like
going to have to
scoring
run the ball
points.
though.
They're gonna be right there at the end. So
Well,
They're
I
going to
could
have to run
see.
the ball to win this game. This is going to be like a game like
look,
he's going to want this
well,
this game to look like the Black Friday game against the Eagles. That's how I think
he would love
their
that.
game's going to be. Well, if they can, they're just going to try and run the ball. I think.
Well, and I think what'll happen is similar to that game. He did have a play action touchdown for like 35
Right.
yards. I think you'll have something similar where he'll get a big play in this game, and
Yeah,
if the guy scores, then that's
they
awesome.
get their chunk plays.
Yeah,
Ben Johnson knows how to dial it up, so
yeah, I think he'll have a
it's
couple
just
this
how it
weekend
goes.
ready for him. No, I like that.
Yeah, that too.
I'd
I'm
still
leaning more
probably,
towards Puka Nacua.
yeah, I would say I'm still leaning towards Puka. Weather's better, matchups better, and I do think he's more of a like central part of it, whereas they can run the ball for it. Like Swift can steal a 5 yard touchdown by getting into the end zone. So just
Yeah.
not having to worry about that, I'd rather just take Nakua for the 100.
Hmm.
So I like that one a lot.
All right. And last but least, Matt, what
Yeah.
you got?
So my first pick, I am going with the Patriots minus 3.5 at home against the Chargers.
Hmm.
I just I test watching these two teams. I just think New England is just a cut above them. Just like clearly just a better team. They're healthier, they're playing better. And Drake May, we're not going to say he's better than Justin Herbert because it's just one season. But this season, he's looked like a top 5 quarterback. And Herbert's doing a lot with a little, but that only gets you so far. So I just think in this situation, the Patriots are going to score. I think they are going to get theirs. They are riding this wave of momentum where like each week they're just blowing teams out. I think in New England as well, which really hurts LA being a dome team
Oh
coming all the way
yeah.
over. The only options I see in this game is if it's a shootout where Herbert is keeping them in it and they lose late or they just get blown out. But either way, I don't see them covering the 3.5. Even if it's a shootout, at some point Herbert's going to turn one or two over. Ever since he was in college, unfortunately, he just doesn't feel like he plays even like 80%
Nope.
of his best in the bigger games. So I think in a moment where the Patriots don't necessarily need Drake May to be Superman, the Chargers absolutely need Herbert to do everything for them. So I think it's just set up to where the Patriots are going to get ahead early and it could get ugly by halftime in this one. Like I just don't see Herbert being able
Completely
to
agree.
dig them out of this hole. So all on the
This
minus three
way,
and a
yeah,
half.
one
Big dog.
hundred percent, 100%. I have the exact same outlook in this game. You
Yeah.
are going to get a couple turnovers from Herbert. That's not a question.
Yeah.
You're going to
Like
get two.
their receivers are fine, but they don't have like Christian Gonzalez is going to be locking down one of them, and the Patriots will be able to get to like the Patriots have the fourth best defense
And Milton
in the
Williams is
league.
going to Milton Williams is coming back. They're going to be able to stop the
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
exactly. So I'm
yeah,
it's gonna be tough for the Chargers to do anything. It's also gonna be it looks like 32 degrees
yeah.
yeah, it's just
And then
absolutely horrible for them.
you're
at
going to be
night and
asking
try to
Herbert's
drop
going
a
to have
little
to
bit
throw the ball
more.
40 times.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a tough game. I don't know how healthy Herbert is, but he's gonna take some shots in this game. So I hope his hand, wrist, whatever is broken is bandaged up and ready for some hits because
yeah, that
Three and a
one
half is very disrespectful, I think.
oh I love it. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make. I mean, it doesn't make sense. They
that
were
the
still
night
11
game.
and 6 or whatever. That's the is that the
Yeah,
Sunday
that's
night
the
game?
Sunday
I
night
like
game. That's
that. I
going to
like that even
be
more, even colder. It's like it's even
even
worse for
more
the
prime
Chargers.
time. Yeah, even more prime
Yeah,
time.
true.
Yeah, Herbert just doesn't. He just has not. He doesn't play well in the postseason. Granted, we've never seen what May does in the postseason, but like you said,
A
he
lot of
doesn't
these.
have to do. He doesn't have to do too much. They're going to be able to run the ball. They're going to be able to do everything
Yeah.
on
And
that Chargers defense.
The Patriots kind of feel a little, I mean, they can feel a little bit like Indiana, where they're just like they are playing so fundamentally sound. They're just executing.
It doesn't
Like
matter.
they just feel like
And
they
you
show up and you know what to expect. Like they're all gonna do their job. And yeah, it's I just see them fundamentally
love me
beating
some,
the Chargers.
love me some Harbaugh, but Vrabel in this situation
Yeah.
is
And they're
they're
the healthy
they're going to win. They're going to beat that
dude,
ass.
you're losing like you're missing three starting offensive linemen for the Chargers. Like at some point
There's only so
it's
much they can do.
yeah. And like two of
Well,
them are
they've
Pro
been
Bowl
tinkering
caliber
all year
guys.
at the end here. They've been barely getting by here
Yeah.
towards the end.
Exactly.
It's not like they've
Yeah.
been winning the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's pick one. I like that one a
heavy on
lot.
that.
My second pick, we're going with the Steelers +3 at home against the Texans. This is another situation where we're getting a dome team outside in colder weather, which I really like for the Steelers. And the Steelers, I know the Texans have won 9 straight games. They haven't really played too many great teams. I know like a couple of their marquee big wins are like the Chiefs and Bills, but a really good pass rush always kills Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. So I feel like the other games they've played, they really haven't played anyone else. And the Steelers are also riding a really good momentum heading into the playoffs, despite the Browns' loss. But I do think they were being really weird about the Garrett sack, and that did actually affect being extra careful.
Yeah,
Whereas now I think you'll see Rodgers. You saw it in the Ravens game, and I think you'll see it in this game. He's going to stick in the pocket a little bit longer, hold on to the ball a little bit longer, and really be aggressive. Now that he's in the playoffs, he doesn't have to worry about making it
making it.
health wise. So he's here. So if
Yeah,
Rodgers needs to do, he'll do whatever it takes to win these games. And they've scored over 26 points, like 7 out of the last 8 games, to where they're just like really offensively humming. And you could just see like some of the balls Rodgers threw last week. He's got like 5 high level throws per game in him.
oh
And like
yeah.
So good.
So he can
that,
still he can sling it still.
exactly. So when you're playing a team like the Texans who have really good defense, I just trust Rodgers and the offense to can you get to 20 points? Because I don't think the Texans are guaranteed to get to 20 points. Like their
And they got
offense has
DK
been,
back.
and the Steelers have
DK
DK.
is gonna be a difference maker, I think.
And he should be. And the Texans outside in the elements with their offense, it's already inconsistent. I just don't trust them to show up and offensively show up. Defense travels and defense will play fine, but I just don't see Stroud being able to answer. They've been too inconsistent. So I like getting 3 points at home. I think the Steelers win outright.
I do like that. I
I
just
love
think,
this. I
I
love
just
the
like the
Steelers
Patriots
so
much
much.
more.
Well, that exactly. But I love the Steelers +3 so much. But I am no way in hell can I put my money on them because
I know.
they could
I want
easily
them
lose
to
this
win.
game 10-0
Yeah.
or
It
Oh,
really, I mean,
13-3.
13,
the
13,
Like
10, 13, 7, 13, 9. Like it
the
could be
under
just be
then
low.
under in this game
I
might be
like the
something. I don't know
under
what
in
it's
this game
at.
for
The under,
sure
it's
because
probably at 30 something.
You
Probably
think
at
it's like
38.
it's probably
37?
38, 37. But I
It's
mean,
kind of crazy for a playoff game.
I truly do believe the Steelers should win this game, but it's just like
39.
it's just too easy for I think it's too easy for me to be like, oh fuck the Steelers. They're just the
I
Texans
agree.
are forfeit.
I'm sure the
The
money.
Texans defense is so good. They're
Yeah.
not gonna like there's no way that the Steelers like I do think that this
I
is a game that Mike Tomlin wins though.
I mean, it should. And Rodgers, I feel like he's got one
It'd
left
be
in him.
fitting.
You know,
I think
like
it'd be fitting. It'd be fitting
Correct.
for
Like
them of all the years for the
last week
Steelers to
I we
win one of
knew
these games. It's now
we
with Rodgers.
knew last
It
week
was
that
like
was gonna be it.
it's the best quarterback he's had since Big Ben. So like he hasn't. He's lost a bunch of playoff games without like a star quarterback, and
isn't
now
he older than
Rodgers.
Big Ben?
I mean, it's probably it's a few years, but it's probably close. But Rodgers is still way better than what they've had the last few years. That's why I think that's such an edge for Tomlin, who's kind of just been just carrying them there the last few years. And TJ Watt's back too, which is big. He played
Yeah.
last week. I think as long as he can disrupt Stroud, like I said, I don't think the Texans get to 20 points. So if you can get over
No, me
20,
neither. It's just
you're good.
getting them over the hump to get to that. The Steelers have to. I mean, that's a damn good defense in Houston.
You get to 17, you're probably fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
But yeah,
feed Gainwell, take a couple of deep shots to DK. Thielen's looked really good to get like two good catches a game. Like they have been just scoring with a bunch of old parts, like a bunch of receivers that nobody wants. And it's literally because Rodgers just wants them to be in a certain spot and he will find them once or twice a game in a big spot. It's awesome to watch. Like he looks really good. So
No,
yeah, I
I love
agree.
seeing him play
I
good
know
ball.
of my two, that one's definitely more risky
correct,
compared to
correct.
like I feel more confident about the Patriots, but
Super
not the
confident with the
Steelers.
Patriots one.
Yeah, then
I
we got
do think the Steelers will win the game too. I just I can easily see the Texans
I
just
mean,
shutting them out.
also
Like I
yeah.
just can see that as well.
CJ Stroud has won a playoff game every single year. The last he wins the first round, loses the second round. Like did it last 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. Which means I
and
mean,
Tomlin doesn't get out of the first round.
well then it looks like we're looking at two streaks to be broken right here. Two and
Yeah.
one.
that could happen. All right, so our three are the Patriots minus 3.5. Right, we're in agreement on that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then what are we taking for Jake's game? Nakua over
We
100
took
took
yards,
Nacua
over
over
100.
100 yards.
and then you still won Josh Allen anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
And
I
I'm
knew
gonna do my four legger. I'm gonna put the Eagles
Then
on there
do
as
it.
well.
it'll make the Eagles 6.5. Maybe I can get like a plus 100 or something.
For sure. Plus
I'm
100,
definitely
you're
gonna
gonna
look
get
at the
plus.
alt lines. Definitely gonna look at the
Yeah.
alt lines for it. I think it does have potential to be really good. It's either really good or really bad to me. I think we win by like 10 points or we lose the fucking game. Like I don't think it really comes down. But the Eagles, I guess they set up it's been one score games all year or something with the Eagles. Like it's very similar to the Chiefs 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Eagles are different in the playoffs.
I hope so. I mean, I agree they looked
And
different
it's not the
last year.
Bucks.
And it's not the Bucks. And it's in Philly. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, we got our three, and then we got our three college football playoff picks. So two great parlays for the weekend. It's an awesome weekend of football.
This
Mm,
is starting Thursday.
What's Thursday?
oh,
Thursday's the college football game. It
Oh,
goes
no shit. Oh, well, that's
Ole
good.
Miss
So they
Thursday,
did, and then Friday.
Indiana Friday,
Nice. I didn't even look at the
Saturday
dates, but that
NFL, Sunday NFL, Monday
beautiful.
NFL.